Basically, if the gent is toxic, it's like, oh, you know, he's a man. And then if a female does it, it's like
it's praise.
It's promoted,
yeah. When a female does it, it's praise. It's like, yo,
okay.
city girls are up, you know what I mean? It's like,
Two step on top, I say. 3 step on top, I say. 4 step don't lie.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. Before we go anywhere, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notification. It's on. Okay, so as you can see from the title of the video, we'll be discussing basically why men don't talk. And yeah, on my right I have, on my left, okay, now my extra. On my far left. Okay, so I gathered these gentlemen here to just discuss, like I've said, and let's get straight into it. So this is not in any way to provide professional advice or help. It's just a talk. It's just to open up our eyes, especially as the youth, and just to have a discussion. Yeah. So first question, guys, why don't men speak? In terms of anything, like emotional problems, financial, anything.
I think it's like, you know how society has that like perspective of men being like strong and all of that. So I think maybe it's about just keeping your masculinity or something.
Makes sense. But do you think it should be like that?
Nah, man. I feel like we should express ourselves. Like if you wanna speak out about something, speak out about it. It gets tough, especially like with like pressure of like society. Okay, it is what it is.
That's the very thing that makes us, because it is what it is. It shouldn't be what it is.
Yeah. That's what it is.
No.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Oh, that's the no, guys.
Nah,
Don't
but
say
it's
that.
like also as a man, you know, if you're talking relationship wise, you have to be a rock for your partner. So when they come with their troubles, you can't break down also. You need to be there for them, able to comfort them, give them a solution. Not also now break down and be like, yo, what's going to happen now? See, because now there's no progress forward. Now everyone's in an emotional state and nothing positive happens from there.
I just feel like also, I agree with what AV said about society. I feel like from a young age, we're sort of like conditioned to be the ones who are taking care. So I feel like as gents, we're not used to being taken care of. We don't even know where to start. Because most of the time as gents, we do want to open up. But it's like, where do you start? Because it's not something you've grown to do. You've never been doing it. And now you have to learn at the age of like 20 or something. It's very hard for you to start learning new things. It's just like if you were not taught how to open a door for a woman, you're not going to do it when you're like 20 something. So if you're not taught to like open up, it's very hard and it's very rare for you to be able to. Which is wrong also, because especially with things that are happening, you know, in this day and time, we have to learn how to open up ourselves. It's also, yeah, man, it's just, I don't know how
tough.
to, yeah,
It's tough.
That's all I can say, it's just tough.
Okay, so you lead to my next point. So basically you're saying, by like, the foundation starts at home, like how you raise. That's where the problem, that's where the root issue lies. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
But also, you know, I kind of think opening up doesn't mean you have to tell like social media what you're going through. I feel like a lot of gents do open up, but it depends on like who you open up to.
Or who's
You know?
listening?
Yeah, like who's listening. Like if I'm suffering, but I'm talking to someone, then you know, something happened. It's not like I didn't open up. I did open up to someone, but like the world doesn't know. I feel like that's something else, you know, that you can think about.
I mean, also sometimes I feel like opening up isn't enough. Sometimes, you know, sometimes some things just can't be solved by like opening up. So you can open up all you want to, but if you're not finding a solution to your problem, I feel like that's when the bigger problem starts. You know?
But then if it's pushing you towards like suicide, depression and whatever, then what can we as women or people in general do? Like how can we help you guys? If talking is not enough, opening up is not enough, how then do we know? But like Zani is going through this, he needs this, how?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I feel like though, it starts with also like girls aren't taught how to be there for a guy emotionally. Women just generally in society, when you say.
Don't say everyone.
No. I'm saying generally speaking, like gents are taught that when this happens to a girl, comfort her. When this happens, hug her. Or when this happens, do this. But no one's like when a guy cries, hey, do ABC.
Exactly.
When a guy is not, you know, talking to you, do this and this. It's like if a guy is not okay emotionally, it's like no one knows what to do. Whereas with a girl, the society has made it okay for us to do certain things. There's reforms, let me say, if I can say it, for us to comfort girls and make them feel better and do all these things. As a guy, by yourself.
You know how in like relationships, we're not talking loud, okay, sorry.
No.
You know how in relationships, okay, not relationships, but like, you know those, how can I put it? You know how like, you know like how hands view gents that are like players as toxic, and then when it's a hand, it's not really, it's like,
I get you.
it's not seen the same way. If I can say.
True.
I don't know how to explain it more.
I feel
I'm the only one that doesn't
You
get
don't
it.
get it.
I don't get it, maybe because I'm female.
I mean, just like how you said, society, you know, if a gent is like, yo, now I also don't know how to put it.
So basically, if the gent is toxic, it's like, oh, you know, he's a man. And then if a female does it, it's like,
It's like,
It's praise.
It's promoted, it's
when a
promoted.
female does it, it's praise. It's like, yo,
Okay.
city girls are up, you know. You know what I mean? It's
on
like,
your body,
Not
your
city
body,
like,
girl.
your body, your choice.
your body, your choice, stuff like that. But if a guy, for example, and I'm not promoting guys being toxic, but I'm saying if a guy is toxic, for example, all of a sudden he's given like a bad name, you know, he's a bad person,
Reputation
you know, he
stuff.
doesn't care about people. But when a hand does it, it's her caring for herself. You know what I mean? She's putting herself first. But when a guy does the same thing, it's like, no, you're not supposed to put yourself first. That's how it's said
that's
out, you
kind
know,
of
to
how-
ladies,
sort of, you know what I mean?
And that thing of intentions, why does it have to be the gent that has to
Exactly,
make the
exactly.
intentions clear?
If
Things like that, man, they just.
If a hand says to me now, what are your intentions with me? I have to give her an answer. But if I was to ask her, what are your intentions with me? Then she can also say, I don't know, I'm just going with the flow. You know what I mean, for example. And I have to be okay with that as a gent, because if I'm like, nah, I actually want you to value me and all that, she's gonna think I'm a weird gent or something.
What do you mean? Value?
And then that also creates gents to like sort of shell themselves, and then it seems like he doesn't care.
oh, he's not opening up.
Exactly. But now when you care, you seem weak. When you don't care, you seem like a
Don't
player.
like hard.
So what must you do? You know what I mean? So it's just that conflict.
Society, guys. I mean, yeah, as long as we can do better. But I think don't generalize, because there's some of us. There's some of us.
But then when you say something like that, it's just like when someone says men are trash and then someone says not all men. You know what I mean? Yeah, then you're gonna say, what do you mean not all men? You know, maybe you're the
part of the
problem.
problem.
Exactly. So now if I was to say to you, maybe you're part of the problem because you're saying not all hands. Damn! You see what I mean?
And that's where it's also like a bias type thing.
Exactly.
Like gents can't say a statement about hands genuinely, but hands can say a statement about gents.
Exactly.
No,
Really?
guys, like, let's not be sexist.
No,
I'm-
listen, as a hand, if I was a hand, I can post now, I cannot do a guy with a fat stomach, you know? And girls would be like, period, you know? I need my man to go to the gym, I need my man to have
Okay,
a
I
six-pack.
get.
If I was like, I can't do a hand who's fat.
Body shaming.
No. Zanny, why are you body shaming? Zanny, that's so disgusting. You know what I mean?
I get. No,
It's just the way society is constructed, man, you know? I think men are not supposed to have as much opinion as girls. And that's when men learn to keep quiet.
that's why men don't speak up.
Exactly.
One time, I said, you don't want to go. I said, what's the